Hello everyone, this is Akata Vesta. I am your galactic astrologer. Thank you for joining me. Today I was going to talk about the Pisces seasons, but I have special dream last night, and that actually inspired me to talk more on the leap year of the 29th of February, that extra day in every 4 years. The dream that I had was I was traveling just as I have been doing in the past 6 months. And at some point, I was in this forest and I saw this eagle on the sky, and he flew down and stand on a branch of tree. He was sitting there on my eye levels, and it was so close in my dream that I could actually touch him. When I wanted to take some photos of him, and he started this transformation, his body, instead of a solid physical bird body, he slowly transformed into a sphere of light. When he opened his wings, it was pure light. And I was transfixed by watching this transformation. And after he's transformed himself into this light body, and he flew high away into the sky, and there in the sky there were so many other birds, all in light bodies. At the end of this dream, I heard this voice, and he was saying, "Why you looking at him, this bird, this eagle, as if he is outside of you? What is limiting you to become him as well, to transform into a light body?" And when I woke up, I was going to do this normal zodiac sign video for each sign. And somehow I was struck by this year. We are actually have one extra day. And let's see if I can connect the dot of this extra day with this dream, where the connection is. Okay, so I hope you keep watching. Thank you for joining me. So the first point, of course, we should look at what is the Pisces as a zodiac sign. First of all, we know it is a water sign. It is mutable, and as a sign, the Pisceans, they are intuitives, they are very sensitive, they have great empathy and compassion. In today's, we may describe them, people that flow with the divine. And if we look at the traditional Pisces dream, the drawing of two fishes, in our universe, we have one fish head up and another fish head down. So while one is going down underworld to search for the unknown, somehow the other one going up to reach high and commune with the divine. And that would be more or less the general sense of being Pisces. If we look at this year in 2024, on the day of 29th of February, we have the Sun. Of course, we are in Pisces seasons. We have Mercury. And we have Saturn that ingressed into Pisces since last year, March, I think. Since last year, March. And will stay here for another 2 years until the end of 2025. Then we have Neptune, who has been here since 2011. And this year, until early next year, he is going through the final degree. Now it is in the 26th degree, and he is finishing his residency under the sign of Pisces. If many of us feelings, and depends on which house Pisces is in your natal chart, with Neptune in Pisces is pushing us even further in finding the spiritual senses in our life, in the shifting of consciousness, in this wide ocean of wisdom, and somehow is putting us into this unstable, not being able to grasp something that is concrete to see where we are going. And some of us may find very lost in our world where everything's changing and we don't know which direction to take. The fact that with Saturn's ingress since last year, Saturn as Lord of Karma, as organization, as boundaries, is actually helping us to, in this vastness of ocean, how to set up our boundaries, our preliminary, that we can actually start to build upon something that we have learned since 2011 in our spiritual awakening journey. Together with Mercury now here, so it's giving us, helping us to express it outward, to bring it out, what is inside us, within us, to communicate with the outside world. That would be more or less what I would like to talk about the Pisces seasons. And for the technical details of the Pisces, the characteristics and more, I will leave it under this video together in my website, becominglotus.org, where you can read on your own time and pleasure to find out more. The only thing that I would like to read to you is from Jim Burgess in the Sabian Symbol. He described it so beautifully about the Pisces. Pisces has discovered that we can live in a world of dreams or rise to the top of our field. It is all just a personal process of projection and reflection. The mystery of life is not beyond explanation or rational, although the final mystery is, of course, beyond words. The absolute is transcendental by nature, beyond all form and sensation. Yet, it can be approached by prayer and meditation, and hinted at very convincingly, such that we are drawn to sink into it. By the masterful handling of phenomenal life, we reach a point of departure, at which point, with a leap of faith and total acceptance of self-death, we may be vouchsafed a glimpse of all that is life itself. Isn't it beautiful? And he mentioned this leap of faith. When we have an extra day every 4 years, we call it the leap year. In a technical term, it is used every 4 years to add this extra 0.25 days to complete the 4-year cycles of our every year calendars that have missing this 25 day. And interestingly, every 4 years, it's also coincides with the Venus cycle. The planet Venus, in every 8 years, in between her retrograde direct movement, become a morning star or evening stars, with all its actions and moving forward and backward, in 8 years, it will form a 5-petal rose pattern. And we can see it now in this video here. So with every 2 leap years, we are actually witnessing the same pattern of forming this rose. In 2020, it's finished one cycle and started the new cycle. If we go back in time, in the time machine, in year 2020, I believe it was a pivotal year for many of us. If we remember, it was a year of the pandemic. Certain medical procedures has been pushed, forced, implemented. We're not going into the technical, scientific, political perspectives. Just from a spiritual and astrological perspectives. That was, I think, the year where many have made a choice and decisions. Should I stay in this matrix, or should I evolve into something else that I don't know yet? But somehow I know that is the right direction to take. With that, we face a lot of difficulties, consequences, losing friends and families from old lives. While on the other hand, we find new cycles of friends, new soul family that we would have never have the opportunity to get to know them without taking the leap of faith, that jump into the unknown, just as Pisces people. As many of you also know that I have a podcast series called The Rose of Venus. When I was thinking about the name of this podcast, it was exactly this Venus cycle of these 5 petals of roses, that forever movement of going backwards, forward. Being a nice star and being back into a day star. That constant movement in advancement, in going in between worlds, while making these fantastic, beautiful patterns in our life. And so in 2020, it was the beginning of a new cycle. Many of us has made it through in the last 4 years to find us today to be a different person than 4 years ago. And I would like to invite you to look back in time of how you have changed, what shift you have made in life, what you have lost and what you have gained, and above all, how much you know yourself today than 4 years ago. And that would be another aspect of one particularity in this year. And so this year in 2024, we are in the second half of this Rose of Venus to be finished in these 4 years by 2028. It's a constant progress, and I hope from my heart to yours that you will keep on keeping on. And to help us in making the shift, the movement, the encouragement, we were going through one particular planetary alignment just 2 days before stepping into the Pisces seasons on the 19th of February, where we have this word Chiron and North Node conjunct in Aries. The last time it happened, it was in 1969. Many of you would not be born then. I wasn't born yet, of course, but somehow many of us will not have the second chance to go through the same alignment. As Pisces in our natal wheel is the last sign before joining Aries, so that what Pisces represents the final stage of our spiritual understanding in finding who we are in this lifetime before starting a new journey as Aries. And Aries as the first sign represents the I am. Who am I? My own identification. So with this conjunct of Chiron and North Node, healing all our aspects in this life, in many other lifetimes before this, the karmic lessons that we have learned, that we have brought with us into this life embodiment. So we have this very precious moment to heal all our karmic past, to prepare us to step into the Pisces seasons, to fully submerge into the wisdom of the universe. And so regarding the 29th, this extra day giving us that space to make assessment and to ponder upon what I have done, what I have achieved, what could have been done in the past 4 years, so that one can make the intention from now for the next 4 years. Is a good day, an extra day for introspection, self-evaluation, without judgment, not being too harsh with ourselves. I always say, be kind. Above all, be kind to ourselves. And setting our intention for the future. In numerology, 2 plus 9, it becomes 11. The famous master number of enlightenment, of initiation, of spirituality, of mastership. And as you know, I love the Sabian symbols, how it can give us this picture, this imagery to express in a particular way. So the 29th of February this year would be, almost every year, would be 10 degrees and 25 seconds. And so we go into the Pisces 11th degree. Once again, is 11th. And the imagery is a man traveling a narrow path, seeking illumination. The keynote is the capacity inherent in every individual to seek at whatever cost entrance to a transcendent realm of reality. Man is always in the making and remaking. He can always go further, reach beyond, but he has to take the first step. Someone can show him the path, but he alone can do the walking. Thus, the Zen injunction. Walk on. At the beginning, I start with my dream of this voice telling me, What limits you to become that light body? There's none. Not for me, not for you. If we dive deep, as all Pisces people, letting us to go down and to go up, we will find the answer we are always seeking, which is here. Me, I am. With this, I finish this podcast, and I hope you enjoy it. Anything you want to know more about your natal, about your transit, about how this leap year can influence your life, you are always welcome to contact me in becominglotus.org. From my heart to yours. Thank you. See you next time.